Hey everyone, and welcome back to GWM. We now have confirmation of Doc's Twitch ban, not only from sources like Cecilia, who wrote an article on it, but also from the Doc himself. The article that was dropped, which then prompted Doc's own response, said the reasons for his banishment from Twitch were never given, but 3 people acknowledged the matter, said that Beam was removed because he exchanged sexually explicit messages with a minor through the service's direct chat feature. He also asked a minor about her plans at TwitchCon convention, according to 2 of the people who asked not to be identified, discussing such a sensitive matter. A complaint was later filed with Twitch during its reporting system, the 2 said. Now, what that means is that 3 people who were privy to this information, primary sources were able to confirm proof on the back end, proof that cannot be directly shared because it is privately owned, likely by Amazon, and that would open people up, like a publication, Bloomberg, for a lawsuit. Doc then finally made a statement which was very lengthy, so I'll just say buckle up and we're gonna go through it. He said, "The Twitch ban, I'd like to make a statement. Let's cut the effing bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, which I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never wanted to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted." Which has to be a painful situation across the board, especially for Midnight Society, right? Who has worked on this game with someone who seemed to be, scotch-free, very clean in the situation, and building a game pretty much around his personality, and now they can't do that anymore. So I don't know where the direction with that studio goes, if they're still able to really compete in the market. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed that accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. There were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, as a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me knows fucking where I stand on these things with those types of people. Fuck that. That's a different level of disgust, and I effing hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the F out of here with all that shit. But I think I've said what I needed to regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. Now, there is direct proof, actually, from Doc's mouth himself, saying that he spoke to a minor. He says the conversation leaned in inappropriate directions, but that there wasn't any real intentions behind that. He says that nothing illegal happened because there was no pictures exchanged, there was no direct proof of a crime, but I think what Twitch was probably getting at was, hey, you had a conversation with a underage person, with a self-admitted minor, and also the conversation was leaning to being inappropriate. If you're Twitch and you see that, you have to be done with that person. Because if that's a habit that exists, then of course you're not going to want to keep him on your platform, right? You can't risk that. Yes, maybe right now it was just leaning inappropriate, but who knows where that eventually is going to go. On one hand, I think he's being like a little ignorant to say, okay, well, criminally, like, no, nothing was wrong, but morally, as a husband and a father, like, I'll take responsibility, and like, I mess up sometimes. I think that's just like soft in a situation. Like, the reality is you were talking to a 17-year-old as someone, as the biggest streamer, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, and there needed to be real repercussions for that, and you need to be upfront about it. And we can't forget that this entire time you've been saying that you didn't know why Twitch banned you. Like, you just pretended like you had no idea what the situation was about because you weren't legally allowed to talk about it. So instead, let's call them purple snakes and act like they just ratted you for no reason. And then on the flip side, yes, I'm from the South. I believe in forgiveness, and he's upset about being called a predator or a pedophile, but like, this girl was underage. She was a minor. So unfortunately, those labels stick to a degree. And if anything, maybe you didn't do anything while she was a minor, but who knows? If you didn't get caught, would you have just been waiting for her to turn 18, right? Lean inappropriate until she's 18, groom her to that point, and then you can do something. Can I also respect the fact that maybe back then he was a different person? Yes, I can. Like, people can change. Like I said, forgiveness can exist, growth can exist in the situation, and it might suck if the situation is, hey, you were that kind of person back then, all of this happened, you went through a ton of growth and changes, but now this is coming right back around to you. He then ends the post by saying, to my team, community, and industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said this all sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the effing best community and circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know you have always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero life experience, I don't give an F about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not effing going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation my family has mentioned on stream. I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, effing right. And again, there's different parts of this. Like, I agree. You don't have to be the same guy you were years ago when you made that mistake. But I also think it's a little irresponsible for you to say things like, oh, this is a weight off my shoulders. I wanted to tell you forever ago, but Twitch wouldn't let me because we went to arbitration. Like, I think there's a degree of irresponsibility here in the way that he's framing things, if I'm being honest. It almost feels like he's like giving the middle finger to everyone and saying, yeah, this stuff was true, but fuck it. You know, like, who cares? I'm going to do what I want. I feel so much better now that everyone knows I was talking to a minor. Like, it just puts me in a conflicted state. And yes, this is a reactionary video. Like, we have only just learned about this. Maybe if this sits a little bit longer, I can give you guys some more detailed thoughts. I'm sure Jake will end up making a follow-up at some point, but I imagine it's going to be very split. I know a lot of our audience is Doc fans, and we were Doc fans up until recently. But when information like this comes out, a direct admission of this, it's heavy. And that's really all I can say, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you later.